Today we're going to be talking about what is the better game as of right now, MUT or cut, because it's a pretty big debate right now because frankly both of these games are not very good. What have I been playing more? As of lately I've been playing both. Now I'll be honest, I might be playing one more than the other. We'll get to that at the end of the video, but the point of this video is to kind of break down which one is the better game right now, because both of these games have some problems, some of the same problems, some different problems, and just, they're not the same game at all from how the game plays, but at the same time, they're almost kind of like the same game. It's really weird. I've never seen anything like this, so we're going to go through stuff that MUT does better than cut, that cut does better than MUT, and then some things that both of them equally are doing the same. So that's what we're going to go over, and at the end of this video, I'll give my opinion. Well, really, this video is for you to kind of make your own opinion, but at the end of the video, I will give my opinion, what I truly think is the better game as of right now. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So we're going to start off with MUT. We're going to start off with the things that I think that MUT does better than cut. So in MUT, the first thing is the content. Content as a whole in MUT is way better than cut. And when I say content, I'm talking about promos, I'm talking about the different field passes, the objectives. There's just way more stuff to interact with, other than in cut. Just, you really have your challenges, sets, and head-to-head. That's kind of the three things you got. In MUT, you got head-to-head, you got sets, you got your challenges, but then you got the different list of field passes, which is kind of brings a whole lot of different stuff into the ball game. Like there's no different field passes in cut. You have your season 1 field pass, and that's pretty much that. In MUT, we got the boom, we got the preseason, we got the normal field pass. So there's just a lot more different stuff to kind of interact with it, which can, give you a lot of different rewards and stuff. So there's just a lot more in that aspect. And also the content in general, in my opinion, MUT is always going to be better just because the guys in the NFL are always going to be just known. They're going to be guys that are just known more than guys in college, which there's nothing like, in my opinion. I think what college needs to do is I think they need to honestly stop dropping so many like big time NFL players, like dropping like Lamar Jackson and guys like this. Like they need to drop more guys like the Charlie Wards, the Pat Whites, and stuff like that, and then actual guys in college right now. I think that's a big way that'll help differentiate their, I can never say that word. It'll make their content different, which, I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with dropping those big-time NFL player names, but that's just something there. So I think MUT definitely has better content. Next thing we're going to talk about with MUT is that I like the passing mechanics better in MUT than I do in cut. Now, they're not really too different. The mechanic-wise, like actual settings, college has that revamped passing setting. Madden does not have that. But when I'm talking about the mechanics as a whole, in college, you can literally time a pass perfect. Everything could be perfectly fine with it. And sometimes you will just miss a guy wide open. Like, literally, you will just sometimes miss guys open for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. Now, in Madden, does that happen? Yes, but that's because we're using very low overall. We're using extremely low overall cards, and this happens every year to start Madden. That's just how it is. But in cut, they got some pretty high overall guys over there, and guys are literally just, missing throws. And it's like, I don't know, like the mechanics, I feel like sometimes it just feels a little wonky, and just, I don't know. In my opinion, the passing just feels better in Madden than it does in college. We're going to talk about a defensive setting that is not in cut, but is in MUT, or I guess it's Madden in general. Being able to base align your defense. You cannot even do this in college, which is something I really don't understand why. The big thing they were trying to promote, I remember, was like being able to like hide what shell defense you're in and stuff. And it's like, I just like that. I thought it was pretty stupid. I that was, you added that instead of not having baseline. If you don't know what baseline is, for example, let's say you come out in spread, right? And I come at a nickel normal, and I don't have baseline on and you're in spread, right? So in nickel normal, my middle backers are not going to be lined up right inside with the defense over top the defensive line. They're going to be spread out right in front of your slot receivers and spread. Now, if I baseline the defense, what that does is it'll have the base defense out there. How that play art looks, they go out there like that. They don't try to match your personnel. They line up how the hell they're supposed to line up. And they don't have that in college, which is really annoying because there's some formations in college where you have like those nasty double stacks. The field's wider in college. So guys are lined up all the way to the numbers, and it's like you can't even see the screen. You don't even know where your players are at. So it's like, you know, not having baseline is definitely really annoying in there. So having that in Madden is really nice, but it doesn't matter because getting a stop on this game is damn near impossible still. I honestly really only have one more thing that I think MUT does better than Cut, because that's kind of what the whole point of this is just to, you know, point out stuff that they do better. And I think the theme team system is way better on MUT than it is in Cut. So in MUT, right, the max theme team is 20 out of 20, you get +1 speed. In Cut, it goes to 50 out of 50, but you still only get +1 speed. So it's like you're having to use way more resources just for that 1+ speed. And also it costs 15,000 coins to put a team chem on your player in Cut. So that's pretty annoying, but I mean, everybody gets all team chems, so you're really only having to pretty much run one theme team on there, so it's a lot easier. But it's 15,000 coins to put the chem on, and let's say you wanted to take the chem off, you wouldn't even get the coins back. But granted, you know, well, I mean, that is annoying, because let's say you sell a guy, you want to get a new guy, and you're gonna have to pay an extra 15K to put the chem on him and stuff. So the theme team system in Madden is definitely way better than it is in college. Now we're gonna talk about college. We're gonna talk about what college does better, in my opinion, than Madden. So let's go ahead and get right to it. First things first, I think you'll notice is the graphics from college to Madden are not the same. I actually like the graphics in college better than in Madden. I don't know why. It just looks way better. It also helps that the camera angle is in like a normal angle, because that's now obviously I've adjusted to that in Madden at this point, but you know, it's still an ugly camera angle. I don't know why they chose that, but college camera angle is definitely way better. You know, the graphics I think just look way better in college. Another thing is too the presentation. Like, so when I say presentation, like you got those little in between cut scenes where they show stuff off. Just, you know, I think college just overall it just looks better. It's a really good looking game, and it looks better than Madden. The gameplay from Cut to MUT is very different in terms of the movement. I think the movement and all that stuff in college is way more fun than it is in Madden. Now we already knew this was gonna happen. Like, college was gonna feel crazy. It was gonna, you know, do all that stuff, and then Madden was gonna be the Stifler, and just, you know, you can still make some crazy plays on Madden, but not like how you can on college. So I think college gameplay is more fun. Now, does that mean it's a good thing? I'm just telling you, I think it's more fun. Something I think that is kind of comparable is Madden 20. You know, Madden 20 was a very fun game, but a game that you were going to get very angry at. That's kind of, you know, that's the best comparison I can kind of give you there. So it's very fun, like, you know, when you got the ball in your hands, the things you could do with that, everything, it just feels really good. The movement, that's something they got down right with. The movement does feel great in this game compared to Madden. Now, we kind of knew it was going to be like that. Now, does that mean Madden's movement is bad? No, but it's definitely a lot more stiff than when you play college. So I enjoy college gameplay a little more. What we're about to talk about right now is there's a lot of things I really hate about both of these games, but this is something I really hate about Madden. But the college actually has this normally. You can hot route like a normal person on college. You know what I mean by is there's no hesitation. There's no let me wait 5 seconds for Jalen Hurts to wave to the crowd. Oh, now he's got to drop his ass and squat for another 5 seconds just so I can put my corner route on the field. Like, hot routing in Madden is awful. Like, it is, like, I can't tell you how many delay of games I've gotten just because I want to set up my offense. Like, now every quarterback's different. Some guys can hot route a little bit faster, and then some guys it's really bad. I know Matthew Stafford's really bad. Jalen Hurts is terrible. I mean, oh my God, it takes him so long to high route. It's disgusting. In college, like if you go back and play the college game, that is one of the first things you're going to notice. You're going to be like, oh my God, I can just set up my offense like that. There's no problems. And like that is something I just hate so fucking much about Madden. Another really big feature that I'm surprised did not make it to Madden is that you can challenge in college football. Like, you can challenge a play. Now, to most people, you're probably like, who the hell really gives a damn? Well, I'll be honest, there's definitely some times where in college football where they got the fucking call wrong. I challenged it and it got overturned. And you look in Madden, you know, for sometimes you've seen the replay and you're like, that's bullshit. I got my feet in, or I didn't fumble that, he's down, but you can't challenge it. Like, that's definitely a feature that should have been in Madden. Now, is it that big of a deal? No, but you know, it can definitely, it can change the game, that's for sure. So I'm not sure why they didn't go to Madden, but that's definitely a big W that college has. The last thing that I think Cut does a lot better than, and honestly, most of the stuff we talked about hasn't really been as Cut as a whole. It's more so just kind of been, you know, college football, but I mean, it's all the same stuff at the end of the day. But college football has way more plays and formations and stuff than Madden. And once again, we knew like this was going to be a thing because it's college. You got the day in Maryland. You got all the crazy nonsense. You know what I mean? There's so many different stuff. So we already know it's going to happen, but there's just a little bit more creativity which you could do on offense in college football compared to Madden, which, you know, now Madden did add, I don't want to say they added some stuff from college, but I've definitely noticed they added a couple more speed options, some formations and stuff in Madden that were not in there before, which they definitely took from college football. So we've talked about kind of the differences between the two games. Now we're going to talk about the similarities between the two of these games, because as different as these games are, there is definitely a lot of similarities. Now, if I miss anything important from college to Madden or Cut, Mutt, or whatever, that should have been talked about, let me know down in the comments, put it in there. I'm sure I missed something. I think cut wise, I feel like Mutt pretty much has them beat in every like actual cut like aspect when it comes to like the content stuff. That's why I kind of gave all that to Mutt. But gameplay wise, I don't know. I think Cut might have him by a little bit. So the similarities between these two games is, the first things first is there is absolutely no defense in either of these games. Now, college, we kind of knew there wasn't going to be any defense. It's college. The points are going to be scored. That's how it's going to work. And then Madden, it's like, okay, this is grown man. Like, that's not going to happen. No, it absolutely happens, you know. And it just all goes back to the whole next-gen movement. Ever since we went through this next-gen movement, man, defense has just not been good, just because, you know, zones don't play very good. Defense, just guys never get to their spots. It's the same thing. There's no defense in either of these games. Now, does that mean you can never get a stop? No, you can get your stops, but when you're going against a competent player that knows what the hell they're doing, it's going to be very tough to get stops. I really don't know how, but the stem route glitch is in Cut and Mutt. Now, if you do not know what this is, one, I don't know how you don't know what this is. You must have not played any head-to-head at all, but the stem route glitch, what this basically is, I don't know the basics of how you like actually physically do it, and I don't want to know how to do it. I don't care. I don't, you know, I don't give a damn. But how it works is any route that involves where a receiver is going to cut, slant, corner route, post route, anything of that sort where they're going to be able to cut, you can essentially, what the stem route glitch can do is you can have them on that route and make them run that route 1,000 miles an hour. Like, they will run that bitch at full speed, and you're probably thinking it's not that bad. Well, it's really bad, because what most people will do is they'll come out in a condensed formation a bunch, maybe trips tight end, they'll do it to the tight end, tight, things like that, and they'll put them on these corner routes. And how it'll work is when they snap the ball, the corner route's already on the sideline. And another problem is outside thirds will not react to these really fast corner routes. Like, the corner route will literally just get right behind the outside third every time. It's really broken, and like only way I know how to stop it is bump the route, use the route, or just cross your goddamn fingers. Like, it's awful. It's one of the worst glitches I've ever seen. It's in both of these games. Now, I'll tell you this right now, from my experience, you will see it a lot more in Madden. Like, I'm at a point in Madden, I guess just where my elo's at, to where I see it every single game in Madden. Like, every single game is them stem route glitching, and then they're not just doing it here and there. They're doing it every single play. They are stem route glitching. It's not even fun. Like, it's literally, it just makes you not want to play the game. Now, in Cut, you don't see it as much. I will say that, and you still will see it, but nowhere near to the extent in which you will see it in Mutt, which I'm not gonna lie is another big reason why I've been on Cut, because I don't want to play against that. It's not fun. It's broken, and it's just stupid. Another reason why defense is so hard to play is because EA broke curl flats. Now, curl flats have been awful for the longest. You know, they have not been very good, but at least they did their jobs to, you know, to an extent. Now, what they did, this is with both of these games, if you put a curl flat on 0 yards, 5 yards, I'm not sure about 10, but I know for 0 yards to 5 yards, if you put a curl flat on that depth, a curl flat, by the way, is a purple, not a blue. If you put them on a purple, They will not play that depth. No matter what you do, they will not play it. They will run back 10 to 15 yards every time if you put them on 0 to 5 yard depth. This happens in both of the games, and it is just the dumbest shit in the world. And you know, you can't double Mabel. I don't know. I'm starting to lose my mind a little bit. You can't double Mabel now, and you just, you know, it just makes defense harder now because you can't have your cloud flat play the high, have your curl flat play the low, and it's just like, you know, it just makes it even harder on defense now. You got stem route glitching now. You really curl flats aren't very usable. It just gets harder and harder, man. And like, defense doesn't need to be this difficult. Like, defense is like zones play awful. Curl flats are broken. There's a stem route glitch. Like, there is just so, like, defense is at such a disadvantage. It's almost like the real NFL. Like, you know, they just can't get anything right. Except in the real NFL, it's like, you know, those are just the rules. In Madden, it's like EA's just a bunch of fucking idiots, and they just, you know, they just don't know what they're doing. The last similarity I got between both of these games, now there's a lot more, but I'm just trying to point out some glaring things that are just kind of just really bad. Tackling in both of these games is awful, and honestly, you can make a case that it's worse in Madden, and I'm going to explain why. In cut, okay, guys get broken tackles happen like crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it naturally happens though. You see it, guys just get thrown off and like, oh shit, fuck. Like, everybody's getting thrown off. In Madden, right? What happens in Madden though? It's not, sometimes it's not just broken tackles. Like, it's literally a guy going up to him trying to make the tackle, but the defender can't find what animation he wants to use to tackle him. So like, nothing actually happens. He just runs into him, and then like, just nothing happens. The receiver just keeps running right past him like nothing happens. So pursuit angles are also terrible in both of these games. I would say they're definitely worse in college, but they're not that good in Madden either. So tackling's off in both of these games. If you want to argue me which one's worse, I really don't care. Now, that's pretty much all the major stuff that I think that I could think about. The differences between MUT, cut, the gameplay, there's similarities. College also has a bigger field if you don't know that, which I'm sure everybody kind of, if you didn't know, you know it now. So I think we went over most of the glaring stuff. If there's anything that I missed, comment down below. I'm sure there's something I missed. There's always something I miss. You know how it is. So now, the real reason is, you know, what game do I actually think is better? I'll say this: the last couple of days, I've definitely been on college more. That now one of the biggest reasons why is I genuinely think college gameplay is just better right now than Madden where it's at. The stem route glitch pandemic is also a lot worse on Madden than college. Like, it's a lot worse. So until that gets addressed, as of right now, all I'm probably doing on Madden is probably playing MUT Champs and Gauntlet. Like, that's probably all I'm doing right now until that gets addressed. Till then, I'm kind of gonna be on college a little bit more, just because I think the gameplay is just a little better right now. I really don't know if I could say which game is better, because, you know, like I said, they share a lot of the same problems, and then some of the problems that are different between them, I feel like just offset each other. So it's like, it's really tough. Like I said, I would have to say right now though, if you really asked me, I would say college is the better game right now. I think really the only thing Madden's beating out college at right now is the content. I think that's really the only thing that they have over them right now. Besides that though, I think college is the funner game right now. Now, hopefully Madden can drop an update and save this game, because this game is in an awful state, and it really sucks because I thought Madden 24 was a really solid game. You look at Madden 23. Madden 23 wasn't terrible. I'm not gonna say it was great. It was kind of, you know, it is what it was, and I think 24 built off a lot of stuff 23 did, and it was like really good. It was like, okay, cool. 25 is gonna do the same thing, right? No, I mean, they're moonwalking backwards, like we're on Thriller. Like, we're going backwards and backwards and backwards. Like, we're supposed to be going forward. Like, what happened? Those are just my thoughts though on the state of where these games are at. You guys have your own opinions. At the end of the day, you play what you want. I would like to play Madden more, but you know what I mean. It's just it's nasty out there, man. You know, the stem route glitching, but, you know, hot routing, just, you know, I'm getting delay gains because I want to put a corner route on the field. It's just nasty out there, man. It's nasty. No defense. I mean, it's Oh my God. So I don't know. At the end of the day, you guys play what you want to play. You guys let me know, what are you guys playing more right now, college or Madden? What do you think you know, things should, what should they do to fix things? I have a very good idea what everything needs to be fixed. We kind of talked about most of it, but you guys let me know down in the comments, man. To me, it honestly feels like they sliced in half the dev team that worked on Madden and put them just on, like, the other half and made them work on college. Because I mean, that's generally what it feels like. So we got more football, but you know, the games are worse. So it's one of those things where it's like quantity over quality, man. So I don't know. I hope, you know, we can get some updates to these games and, you know, things can be fixed. Or preferably Madden, to be honest. College is what college is. You know what I mean? I'll be honest. Like, this is what the shit is. But Madden, on the other hand, they got to get that shit together.